Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Coffee Run Live. It is Monday. Welcome to Monday, another fabulous start to the week. Really excited to talk with you today for the Coffee Run episode number 244. So I was thinking about I was having a conversation with a lady this morning about wanting to make sure that she was putting things of substance out there. And I think it's an interesting conversation, right? And how many times have we thought about different things where it's like, oh, I want to go talk about this, but I'm not quite sure that it's meaty enough or gritty enough or whatever enough actually looks like or means. So in my thinking about this, it had me pondering what it is that we can use for content, right? Now we can use your life, we can use your history, we can use your experience, we can get into this is what you do, this is how you do it, this is how you need to do it. We can draw upon our content map that you can see hiding behind the ring light over there on the wall. Like there are so many things that we can use for content. But one of the things that I really want you to be very aware of is not only focusing your content on how-tos. So how-tos would be like how to come up with ideas for content. A how-to might be this is how you might run webinars. Hey, Catherine, how-to might be this is how you write an article. This is how you write a book. This is how you do a live stream. This is how you manage your health. This is how you manage your fitness, whatever it might be. How-tos are typically very kind of like step-by-step processes and things like that. If you look at your competitors, not that we really have competition because the only competition is that who you see looking back at you in the mirror. But if we take away the how-tos, what is it that really connects our audience? What is it that really has us standing out from people? And it's not the how-to step-by-step because that's quite a binary conversation, right? Like how do you go and post up a blog up on WordPress? This is how you do that. It can lack personality, it can lack flair, it can lack creativity, and it can really lack you, like that awesome bubbly flavor of you that ripples through everything that you do. For the most part, if you're only ever talking about this is how we do something, then what you're going to do is only ever attract your audience at a certain layer, a certain level. The other thing that can happen is that someone will see, okay, well, this is such and such as how to process. Let's go and look at such and such as how to process. Hey, Bonnie, and it become, it's a bit like a pricing model, right? Like you can look at one person's pricing and then another person's pricing and go, yeah, I can get that with that and then this with this. And you know what, I don't like this or whatever. It can become a different type of buying decision process or how people choose to invest their time with you. So I really encourage you to not just be looking at, well, this is how we do something. These are the 3 stages of what we do. This is how you style your house. The thing that is really going to connect and engage with people is by getting deeper into who you are. What did I write down? I wrote why you do what you do. Right? So why are these things really important? And it's not just about the binary things, right? It's not putting content out there, and how can you do that? You can go into Facebook, you go to put a post up, you put some text in there and Shazam, your post is up. So why is this important? Okay, so you would talk about why you think it's really important for people to do this. So it becomes a bit more of an opinion piece rather than a high school or a university lecture that you're bringing people through a set curriculum. The next thing that you really want to have a look at is, well, what is it about this that makes it really important? What do they need to do? But more importantly, what else do they need to do? What else do they need to think about? Like start sharing the nuances of what you've learned through all of this process. And then you've got to share you've got to share your personality. So one of the things that I was thinking about, we had a human comment on a post of mine on Saturday. It was really interesting, and I've got screenshots of all the things. Some of you might have seen it play out a little bit before I decided to block him because he was being a bit of a douche. So what had happened was I put up this post about the Business Badassery Mastermind, and I decided to extend it for a day. And in the post, I also included my latest blog, which was talking into how you can write your own creed, why it's really important, what it was all about, and exactly what I'm talking about today. It wasn't just this is how you write something that's really self-motivational. So I went through all of that, and this gentleman, this human, this man, put a comment on saying, oh, I can't be bothered reading all of that. And then the next comment was, oh, but you're hot though, ha ha ha, or you're still hot though, ha ha ha. And I'm just like, that's just whatever. That's just really dumb. I just commented, like it wasn't even in reply to his comment. I just commented separately saying, so like this really made my Saturday. Can't be bothered reading what you're writing, but you're hot, ha 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 ha. Face palm, because whatever. It was just really silly. And so he decided to then come into like these other stuff. He was like, oh, I wouldn't say this, but then he did say this, and it was this bit of back and forth thing. And I'm just sitting here going, like, you're an idiot. Like, you've just gone and backtracked and completely contradicted yourself. And then the next thing, I've just decided to block him because I called him out. He said, oh, you're wearing a short skirt. You've called for this attention, and you shouldn't wear a short skirt. Would you wear a short skirt in front of a judge? Blah 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 blah, all this other stuff. So I've just gone, block, delete. You're an idiot. So he's gone and made another profile, and then another profile to be able to keep commenting, and I'm just like, oh, delete. I'm not going to engage. So what that, once it went like that line was crossed, it's like, nah, there is no more engagement. I'm not even wasting my energy in this. So what I could do in relation to that particular scenario is come out and say, well, look, guys, this is how you can deal with negative attention. This is how you could deal with this, that, and the other. Whereas I think what's more important is like, well, you know what, this stuff happened and it was kind of really interesting. For me, it was just like, whatever. I'm not wasting my time on people who are clearly like angered by somebody who stands up for themselves. And it kind of like, it started to get a little bit into, it was particularly abusive actually towards the end. I'm just like, not even playing into that. But for me, it's just kind of like, well, instead of me saying this is how you deal with conflict, or you can be really vanilla, or just only put content out there. And this is the thing, if you only ever put content out there that's ones and zeros binary, it doesn't show any personality, it doesn't really show any of you. Okay, where when you bring this other stuff in and you start sharing photos of yourself, you start talking about your opinions, it is going to bring in, or it may bring in, some perceived negative attention or perceived negative comments and things like that. But one thing that's going to happen is that the people who really like you, admire you, they might share similar values to you. It helps them to see, oh, look, like this is how this person responds to this. And like they're a no bullshit kind of person, and I'm not playing along with that. So it starts to showcase and highlight your personality. You don't even have to engage with the person. Like just, you're a knob jockey. So that's that really. So you can see how rather than be more human, less douche. Exactly, Catherine. Not that the douchery comes in, like that was him being just a douche. But for me, like the ones and zeros, this is how you do something. It really does leave you open to this perceived competition around, well, like, I don't really like that process. I mean, my process is my process. I still think that you should, hey, Georgina, you put content out there, you show up every day, you share your message. There are ways, tips, hints, and strategies that we can use to unpack that. But there's all of these other things. Hey, Geordie, there's all of these other things going in, around where, and I know that when I do it, it helps you to see how you can do it as well. So it's more leading by example rather than saying, this is how you do something, and then not kind of showing you working, living real examples, right? So when you're looking at your business, how can you do that for you? Rather than trying to compete on a pricing model or on a this is how many calls you get with me model, or a this is my process and then people follow that process. How else can you bring in your own competition parameters rather than anything else. Catherine, it puts up barriers and makes it hard to create these really important relationships. That's right, exactly. I mean, it would be like just buying a recipe book, where really a recipe book is like a ones and zeros thing. Like it's you do this and then you do this and you'll get this result. Yeah, that's great. Now, how can we teach people how to improvise? How can we teach people how to add their own flair? How can we teach people that if you add a starchy thing, it's going to make the thing not rise? I'm a crap cook. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not a crap cook, actually. I just don't like cooking. And I don't know what works with what. So there you go. That's the end of that cooking analogy because I just blew that out of the water a little bit. So that's it for me today. I have nothing to offer you other than I'll pop a link in later for the free series, free meditation thing that I've got going on at the moment. I'll put that in later. But other than that, it's just like get out there, be you, share you, and almost like create your own. You want to create your own lane. And the best way that you can create your own lane is not by reciting that, this is the 7 secrets to success or, stepping people through a ones and zeros thing. It's really got to have you showcase you in your personality. So just be brave. Get out there. Go do something today that really highlights and showcases you and let me know how you go. I would really love to hear that from you. All right, everybody. Happy Monday. I will chat with you all tomorrow. Same time, same place, same backwater. Have a really amazing day. Get out there, go help some people. And remember, the world is so freaking ready for your brand of awesomeness. Bye-bye.